Hey everyone, and welcome to another Star Wars Games update, where we bring you all of the latest and greatest in Star Wars gaming news. With last week being relatively a disappointment for Star Wars gamers at EA Play Live, we generally didn't have any choice but to look forward and see what's coming next for Star Wars gaming, which of course is Star Wars Hunters, a game which is set to be released later this year. But despite that, we've still seen absolutely nothing about it yet. And well, it turns out there could be a good reason for this, but you probably won't like it. In addition to that, we're also gonna quickly touch up on the cheating situation now happening in Squadrons. Which, I know what you're thinking, cheating in Squadrons is actually a thing now? Well, yeah, as it turns out, it's an issue, and like in a lot of other games, it's starting to get out of hand real quick. And before we get into any of that, a quick reminder that if you do like these type of videos, then be sure to give it a like to show your support for this update series and the content within it. With that out of the way, let's get into it. With the fall season not that far away from us, that's usually the time when AAA Star Wars games are released each year. But this year, it's gonna be a little bit different. Now, some people may debate whether LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga is considered AAA or a AA game, but either way, it's looking more and more likely that game will see the light of day in the holiday season rather than in the fall. So theoretically, all we have instead to look forward to this fall is Star Wars Hunters, a competitive arena shooter made primarily for console but will also be playable on mobile phones with cross-play. And I know some folks may not be too thrilled about the last part, but according to publisher Zynga, Hunters will actually be a AAA game. Or at least that's what they're claiming to be the case, so say what you want about that, it's at least a positive sign. Now, the real issue here is mainly that it's supposed to be coming out soon, like this year. And we still have no gameplay videos nor any idea of what it's supposed to look like aside from the short cinematic teaser. Now, I reported several weeks ago that we were supposed to get our first look at the game this summer, with the creative director of Hunters even teasing us that we'd see gameplay of the game real soon. At least that's what his words were, and yet it's now almost August and we still haven't seen anything. So that begs the question, what gives? Well, it should be worth noting that a ton of new job posts have recently appeared on the Zynga website all for Hunters. Which could mean that Hunters is doing a big hiring spree because they either want to add even more stuff to the game, speed things up, or that it's suffering developmental issues, and these listings are simply to replace the staff who either left the game behind the scenes. Which, of course, that last scenario doesn't sound promising at all. Although, to be fair, we don't know which of these is the case here. But given that we were supposed to see gameplay this summer and they suddenly went radio silent on us about that, along with all of these job listings recently showing up isn't exactly, again, promising stuff. Hopefully this isn't the case here and all of this is a good sign rather than bad, but hey, you never really know in the gaming space. Either way, thanks to all of these job listings, we were able to scrounge up a few more details about the game that weren't previously revealed in the official press release. As according to one of the level designer job descriptions, the maps in Hunters will have ambush points, which are described to be bottlenecks where the attacking squad meets the resistance of the defending squad before they're able to complete their main task. So that does sound rather interesting and actually a positive in my book, as it seems Hunters may have more depth in its gameplay than I'm sure many at first imagined it would given Zynga's history. There's also an economic system designer position that Zynga is looking for people who have a deep and intuitive understanding of how the free-to-play economy works. The listing states they want someone who can push the boundaries of what a shareware model can be, but also balance and respect free-to-play players to the success of the game, as well the importance of paid players too. So this at least seems a bit promising too, as it tells us Hunters will definitely have microtransactions. But Zynga wants to strike a balance here and not turn this into a pay-to-win game, which I'm sure many are afraid of. Now, of course, only time will tell if they'll really stick with that after release, but still, it's something. And finally, according to rumors, it's also said that Hunters will have a soft release, meaning it will be coming out for the Switch first and then later for the mobile phones, similar to what Pokemon Unite has done recently, thus making this game be primarily considered a console game first and foremost. So if that's the case, along with Zynga stressing that Hunters will be their very first AAA game too, then at least we should all look towards Hunters with not only higher expectations now, but also excitement as well. Although again, Zynga, we're really gonna need to see some gameplay first before the hype train is to pick up. At first, it didn't seem possible or even likely, but with EA Motive no longer working on Squadrons, it appears that cheaters have allegedly started to make their way into the game. Users on the game's subreddit have started complaining about a wave of cheaters making their presence known in the game now and of course ruining the experience for everyone involved. Which of course is something you never want to hear or see happen to any multiplayer game, period. One Reddit user by the name of Lilysaurus Rex even reported some strange individuals entering their match and killing them with rotary guns on a support class ship, which if you don't know is not by any means something possible to normally do in the game, so this is for sure really sketchy. Now, whether these players are using hacks to cheat into the game like the cheaters in Warzone or Apex Legends, or simply using an exploit within the game still remains to be seen. Regardless of the case, with Motive no longer supporting the game now, then it's unlikely we'll see anything done to stop the cheaters. Fortunately, the game does at least have private game support, so even with cheaters present in public games, Squadrons still has somewhat of a way of avoiding them. And that alone is already more than what DICE can say for the cheating problem in Battlefront 2. And that will do it for this Star Wars Games update. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please like, share it, and subscribe to the channel to not only support it, but to keep up with Star Wars news, gaming, and canon lore released every week. And consider following me on Twitter and Facebook to never miss out on the latest Star Wars content. Thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.